All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get your notebooks and your pencils, your pens, or just click the link in the description when I'm done talking. But this is something that's very, very important. Now, again, this is one of those things where if I don't see enough coverage on it, I'll just cover it myself. I don't like to repeat too much stuff. And yeah. Now, before I go through all this stuff, I want to say first and foremost that all the information that I'm getting from this, I double checked myself in game. And I'm just choosing today to actually record the video on it because it's been a question that a lot of people have asked is what heroes to keep and for what reason. So my Discord actually linked and it's pinned in my Discord, but I encourage you guys to either save this web page or to come to my Discord, and it's a pinned message. You can always access it. I'll show you guys what it looks like. It's going to be coming from, I'll highlight it here, blog.naver.com/choibangji, and then a bunch of assorted numbers, and it will give you to this. I have it translated in English, and this guide is phenomenal. It's actually literally the best thing, and it's for something I'll show you guys in game quickly before I look through it. It's for this specifically. So if you go to the experience sanctum, you guys have been playing throughout the game and you've been probably looking at the expected reward. Now the expected reward starts to get better and better and better and better as you keep going up and up. But as you notice that these conditions to enter have been relatively minuscule, like it's been nothing. Minuscule might not even be the right word, but it's been like no sweat off your back. But then all of a sudden you get to special. Special summons can only be completed 3 times a day. So even if you have multiple, as you can see here, I got 6, right? I can only do this 3 times a day. Reason being is because now in special, I can get something called the Star of Fate. Star of Fate is used to craft fated equipment other than weapons. Let's go to the Spirit Sanctum. Same thing here. Now this is the day, it's the machine day. We'll go over that in a second. Now we see here special Star of Fate. This can only be completed 3 times a day. Now keep in mind it's a drop. Doesn't mean it's going to always drop for you. And we're gonna go to, let's just go to the Ancient Gold Mine. All these things that you're supposed to be farming every day, they always have something down here called special. And as you can see here, Star of Fate. And it's just, that's the only reason, like, if you could do Maniac, it's whatever, but what is this Star of Fate? And what are all these weird conditions that is in everything? And it changes day by day, it changes. So let's go back to the Experience Sanctum. Now this one, I happen to have all the characters for it. You can see all the little check marks here. So I have to have 5 machine characters. Okay, most people have 5 machine characters. Then I have to have a rare and knight and machine and female. What the fuck does that mean? Okay, whatever. Now I need to have a rare and enhancer and machine and male. Okay. Now, you could probably guess that the rare, enhancer, male, whatever like that is probably this guy, Alos. And maybe that this is the rare knight machine thing. Oh, maybe, no, wait, that's Alos. Wait, I'm confused. Wait, no, it's a female. Is Alice a female? No, I don't know. So how would you know this stuff? Because of course, when you quick suggest, it's going to give you those characters. But the problem is that a character like Alos looks like a jobber. He's a regular jobber. Let's go to his journal entry. This is Alos. How do I figure out what he is? Maybe master sorcerer in desert? Like, I don't. How do you figure it out? It's just some random thing that's in the game, guys. That's the point that I'm trying to make. But the point is that, oh, enhancer. Okay, enhancer. Look, he's a machine enhancer. The point that I'm trying to make is that this guide here will show you every single weird character that you need per day, and will eventually allow you to then start investing in those characters. I would go as far as to say that you should probably take all other characters out that is not provided on this list. This list is legitimate. It's from a person that paid attention, because if you go on a day and you press suggest and you don't have that character, you won't know who that character is, because the next day, like right now it's machine, right? So how would you know what the next day is going to hold? So let's go down here just to see a quick scroll. We'll go down to the day, and this is the day. So he has, or she, he or she, I don't know who made the guide, you could see here that we went into the experience sanctum, right? That's the thing that we were in. Let's go back into it so I can show you guys side by side. As you can see, as the other person said that, you know, use Alos or Ulrich, Murty or the Joel Mark 1. Now I can tell you guys right now, I do not have Murty, but I do have the drill. So what this person is trying to show you is that you can actually use either or. Whoever is kind of like in this list, you can kind of use, is what they're pretty much alluding to. So let's take out Alos for a second. So now you can see that the rare enhancer machine male is now gone. So I guess that means the robot is a female? What? The robot is the female. Okay. And I mean, you could play around with this, right? To be fair, you can say that you can just play around with this, but do you honestly want to go here and go machine, normal, machine on these days, and then put every single character in there and try to figure out, like, and when it comes down to these rares, you got to sit there and try to figure out, you know, oh, was it this one? It's a female. So how would you have known? Unless you had Murdy, but how would you know that that machine is a female? So for this guy, it's going to be linked in the description. It's going to be there for your guys' reference. I'm not going to go through every single one, but click on the link in the description and look at all of these characters and start investing into them. Now, like I said, if you have Alos, you don't need Ulrich. If you have Murdy, you don't need Drill Mark 1. You pick whatever one and they're gonna take up those slots. And as you can only see as I go right back into the game, is that you only need the 2 weirdos. So as you see here, when I took out the 2 weirdos, those 2 conditions are not met. So I have decent flexibility and I still have 3 units here. I don't want to take any credit or anything of that nature. I told you guys, if ever I'm linked something or told something that I think the community needs to know, my channel is growing, and it's growing specifically in Exos Heroes. So it's like, I feel like I have a duty to uphold if there's information that is this well organized, this well accurate. I don't think that's proper, but it's very accurate, and it's something that you guys need. Why would you save Ned Rafit for one of these characters? Why would you save it? And look, this one specifically, only Fergie can do the ancient gold mine. Let's go to it. Look how complex this is. A legendary enhancer machine female, legendary trickster machine female, a rare assassin machine male. Like like, it's crazy. And how would you know that? And like, some people might not like these characters, but now you're missing out on Star of Fate. Now, I also wanted to point this out really quickly, is that on this person's guide, they have this is the Blessing of Sanctum, right? Now, they have specific characters that are for the Blessing of Sanctum, but as you can see currently in Global, that there is no special. There is no special for that. Hi, let me correct my dumb self before I actually make a mistake. So, if you haven't cleared Maniac difficulty, the special will not show up. Boom shakalaka. It's not that it didn't exist. I was about to say some terrible stuff, but then I played the game for like 2 seconds because I actually forget, since it's a day-by-day basis, that I haven't cleared Maniac. So you have to clear Maniac difficulty, then the special difficulty will actually show up. And then as you can see here, I'm gonna press suggest, and as we see my boy Alos coming through in the cut, and then you're gonna see Glenn, just like the guide shows. Glenn and Alos, or I can have Arno and Ulrich, whatever is best for you. I mean, everyone has Glenn because he's in the story, and who knows if you still have Ulrich and Alos from the Dissembling Massacre of 2020.
Thousands of tears later.
Why not be ahead of the game? You know what I'm saying? So look at this list, take down each day. Now here in my hero box, what I'm gonna do, now that I have this list, now that I'm aware of it, what I'm gonna do is I'm only gonna start keeping characters that abide by this list. I don't care about anything else, because currently in the game there are some other modes where you have to use multiple characters, but I think that it's more important to farm these really important resources, and I kind of don't want to be confused. So not to say that you should do this and disassemble characters. Like right now, I need to make a decision between Colin, Morris, or Dubon. Now Morris is a really good pick because Morris has a fake core in the Banga family, so keeping him is a little bit better. Colin currently doesn't have that, so it would kind of be silly to keep Colin and then just work on Morris. I think that's fair to say. If you guys understand what I'm saying, like, you don't have to keep all these characters. I know there are other modes that benefit you from keeping characters, but as far as just knowing which ones to work on, it might be a little bit difficult to you to be like, do I need Gregory? Is Gregory one of the ones that I need? Do I need Ned? The list provides. So this has the casino stamp of approval. Click on this link, save it to your, I don't know how to say save it to your desktop, or you can go to my Discord and it's pinned there, so whenever you need to keep back and look and just level the characters up a little bit. I don't know if you have to 6-star them or anything like that, but just make it, like right now, all the characters that are in this list that are like semi whatever, they die. Like they're like, my Colin is gonna die, he's gonna get one shot, but you know, my Morris is gonna get one shot because they're not invested in, but you know, give them some gear, level them up a little bit so they're somewhat presentable. They're not gonna get easily killed, while your other units, the other 3 units that I showed you that are not screwed over by the rules, that they can be very, very strong and kind of like carry out the fight. Hope this helps you guys, because this is again another big thing, because the Water of the Universes and the Star of Fate, and I guess I should wrap this up by showing you guys where the Star of Fate even goes. I know for one spot the Star of Fate can be used here, fated equipment other than weapon, so you can check it here. This is in the Door of Creation. And you can see a lot of faded equipment is here. There's also some purples in here, and you can see some blues, unfortunately. But if you're farming these, as we saw, 3 times a day from each little spot and constantly getting the Stars of Fate, this is a pretty easy thing to roll on. And it looks like it's 5 per. So you need at least 5 of these to go into the Door of Creation and create 1 weapon. But as we also discussed before, if you go to the Airship Forge, this is how this one I can finally do my my 2000 here, which is guaranteed. Let me show you guys that. Why not? Since it's in the video about important resources, like this is why that dragon guide is really important. Now this is once a month. Sprinkle a little dust on it. Okay, I respect you. And boom, now I have a faded equipment. This is the Death Caliber. Sweet. Sweet. Now the rest of this resources I can roll for the rest of the month. Now same thing with here, as you see it takes 200, and if you're running those dungeons and you're actually able to complete them, now you're going to be able to get your armor crafted once per month, and then you can roll the rest for the rest of the month, and then you do the cycle. So this is what a lot of people are already doing. So when you see these people with multiple Guardian Stones, it's because they know this already. And we're behind. Like I'm behind, and and we need to catch up. So this is what we need to start doing. And I'm happy that there was someone that detailed this in great detail, so that we can start catching up to people, start getting our faded gear, start having, you know, start being able to compete on that level. Again, if you find this information useful, like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any further tips as far as those dungeons, feel free to leave that too. Like I said, if you guys tell me anything useful, I'm gonna show it. I'm always gonna show it. Big ups to that blog. Again, it's going to be in the description. So this is, like I said, I'm not trying to take credit. I didn't make this, none of that stuff. Click that thing, save it somewhere, make it so it's easy to access, so you can start working slowly on those units so that you can start getting your faded gear, because that's all it is in the late game. It's all about farming faded gear, and you literally can't enter those dungeons without those units. So it is what it is. So that's all I gotta say, and just remember that every day at the casino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.